Hello everyone and welcome, and thank you for sharing this sacred space with me, and thank you for all your support. I'm Antoinette and I'm back with the card of the week. Each week I do a short video relating to the card that comes out for the week. The cards are from my self-created Pain to Purpose Healing Oracle, which is available for purchase on my website, AntoinetteThompson.com. So every week I shall shuffle, pull out a card, and then read the accompanying message, the channeled message that I received when I was creating the image and the card. That comes from the 140-page accompanying guidebook that comes with the deck. So this self-created tool, healing tool, this deck, was actually born from a series of poems that I wrote about my own healing journey, and then they transformed into a 55-card deck, which I am now so excited to be able to share with the world to help you heal on your journey. So I've had a shuffle. So, you can use this deck in many different ways. You can use it for guidance. You can have a shuffle, pull out a card, and then that will give you some guidance as to what issue maybe you may have to work with, or a trigger or a block or some shadow work. Or you can go through at your own pace and actually go through each card and use the accompanying guidebook as channel messages to prompt you to reflect and then relate it back to your healing journey. So very much a private, reflective, personal interpretation that will come from looking at the images and also from reading the channeled information. Okay, so I've had a bit of a shuffle. So the guidance for this week beginning the 25th of April, and this was the card that came out, Empath. Now I'm going to hold the image there, as I always do every week, for you to have a look at it, to see what stirs up in you, what feeling stirs up in you, what does the word empath stir up in you. Look at the colors. The colors were very intuitively guided, very specific. The color of pink, the higher heart chakra, all the flowers opening up, blooming, your heart opening. Very, very, very much around the sensitivity of being an empath, the sensitivity of love, the sensitivity of opening our hearts. And the little phrase that came from the poem is, to be an empath is my mission. So I'll just move that card in a little bit closer for you to have a look at. And as always, I suggest that you set aside a little bit of time, maybe 10 minutes, where you can watch this video in your own sacred space and be able to openly receive the information that is coming through as I read the channel message from the guidebook and relate it back to you. And I feel that as we bring April to a close, there's going to be a lot of tying up of loose ends. And we're being called this week to go into our heart space, to go into our sensitivity, to acknowledge our sensitivity, to acknowledge the empath within us. And perhaps if we have trouble connecting with that part of us, what needs to be healed or what needs to be revealed will come up to the surface. So set aside some time and just take some time to look at the image and ask yourself what it means for you and how does it relate to your life. And now I'm going to read you the channeled message that I received when I drew this drawing, when I created this card, Empath. So it's channeled information that's contained in the 140-page guidebook that comes with the deck. So again, just take some space, in your sacred space, just to reflect on these words so that your heart and your soul are able to absorb these words, and then give yourself permission to allow those words to surface in you whatever needs to be surfaced. Okay, so the card Empath. To be an empath is my mission. What is an empath? Are you an empath? Empath is a deeply connected being that feels intensely, lives intensely, and does everything intensely. Empaths are beings of light that have come into this world to spread their message and their love. They have been sent here and in fact have been chosen to support others and be facilitators of higher consciousness and enlightenment. The feelings of an empath are deep-reaching and extendable. Being an empath comes with many challenges and responsibilities. Often we are hurt easily, manipulated, or selected as the one to bear the emotions or actions of others. We often attract those with inherent challenges, and we are called to hold space for many. Being able to separate our feelings from the feelings of others becomes complicated as the parameters of ownership become blurred. The ability to distinguish energy is heightened, and along with strong intuition, we begin to realize the readiness of transfer and absorption. As empaths, we have a special mission to live. It is no easy task. The first step to recognition is the first step to realization. To embrace the core of an empath is to embrace love. To embrace the core of an empath is to embrace love. To understand the call of an empath is a beautiful revelation of oneself and the myriad of gifts that follow. An empath is someone who not only shows empathy, but is empathy in every sense of meaning. A highly connected source of light, a gifted seeker or seer, one whose purpose is to spread love and compassion to all living beings. Honor the empath in you and spread your light as you have been blessed with this destiny. A very heartfelt, deep, divine message that we are receiving for this week's guidance. You know, empath is a word that has been thrown around a lot. Particularly in the last couple of years. And, you know, there are so many different definitions of what an empath is. But I love the simplicity that I received in that channeled information that an empath is love. An empath has a destiny to spread light and hold consciousness and hold space. So the trick is to be able to identify what is ours and what is someone else's, and to be able to manage that sensitivity so that we don't become overwhelmed or burnt out or reactive, and we don't hold that person's energy within our own energy. And this is something that I can teach you in some of the services that I offer. You know, protection is a very, very important aspect of protecting our energy, so that we do not absorb the energy of others, because we are mixing with people's energy constantly. And I remember it was one of the first things that I learnt when I started doing this work, because I had no idea how much I was absorbing other people's energy. So when I'll create this post, I'll actually also create some journal prompts that if you would like to sit with this image of this card, sit and think and meditate and receive some information, or just sit in some sacred space just to have some personal self-care time so that you can relate that card to you. And perhaps if you would like, you can use the journal prompts to help you reflect. And if you are a journaler, they're perfect for you to write in your journal. So I will create those and I will put them with the description. If you're watching on YouTube, it'll be in the description box. If you're watching on Instagram, it'll be within the description of the post, and the same with Facebook. So this week is going to be a sensitive one. I think as we come to the close of the month, there's going to be a lot of tying of loose ends. And I feel that May has got a completely different energy of acknowledgement, and also of looking at how far we've come. That's what I'm being told now, looking at how far we've come and acknowledging within ourselves the light that we have within. So I shall leave you with this message and the channeled message. If you would like more information about my work, or if you feel drawn to work with me and I would love to support you, it would be a complete honor and privilege. Go to my website, AntoinetteThompson.com, and you can find all the information about my services, about my deck. You can purchase my deck online through my website. It will be available by the middle of May. I am being conservative. My stock is actually being sent as we speak. It should arrive in Sydney, Australia this week. And as soon as I receive them, I will send them all out to you, because I cannot wait for this deck to be out in the world. Again, I thank you for sharing this sacred space with me. I send you all blessings, peace, love, and light to you all. I hope to connect with you soon, and I'll see you soon. Have a wonderful week, beautiful souls. Bye for now.